Hey guys, Paul Shirey here with Sean Wist.
Hello?
The
Say something.
I wanted to.
I think I'm funny, guys.
You're not as funny as you think you are.
Not as funny as I think I am, but I still
not
think
as
I'm a
funny
little
as he
funny.
thinks he is, Sean. Anyways, we just got out of the STX panel here at CinemaCon in Las Vegas, and we saw lots of good stuff. So let's get into it. The Circle.
The Circle.
Adaptation of the Dave Eggers novel starring Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. Very much kind of a timely, I guess, relevant type film.
It looks
for
like
the-
a Black Mirror episode, basically, just with bigger stars.
I'm actually a big fan of Dave Eggers. I've read quite a few of his books. However, this is feels kind of like a tougher sell for me. I honestly don't know if audiences are going to flock to this. It feels like something that people will forget about.
They showed the trailer that everyone's seen by now, and also like a little scene where Hermione is like, doing an interview to get into the circle. She's always fucking Hermione.
She will forever be Hermione.
And that was kind of it. So they didn't really show too much that really is like, I need to see that movie in a
it's
theater.
true. Yes, the first trailer for Valerian. I believe it goes online today. Maybe you guys are
Well,
watching
it's
it
the
now?
second trailer, technically.
Yeah.
We saw,
So-
well, I guess if the first was a teaser. Anyway, it's very similar to the first trailer that came out. We get that same Beatles cover. The focus this time seemed to be more on the aliens, though.
Yeah, we really got to look at the broader scope of the world. You can they didn't actually show as much as they did at Comic-Con last year. I saw a shit ton. They showed entire scenes, and it was great to see a lot of that kind of worked into this trailer. I'm a big fan of Fifth Element. He thinks it's overrated. That's cool. He's not perfect.
But even if I don't love the movie, I can't deny the design and the charm of Luc Besson. And the one thing I was missing in this trailer, though, is I want to see more interaction between the leads.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
they're the two guys that are carrying the movie, that
Agreed.
we join on the journey, and they didn't really show that in this trailer.
Yeah, it's their relationship and really just kind of like what their mission is and what they're doing is still very vague, just kind of their space.
More like, you
badasses.
love Fifth Element, just watch this in 3D. And by the way, we got to see the trailer in 3D, and the presentation was actually decent as far as 3D goes.
I think what I really like about what Luc Besson does, like what he did with Fifth Element, is that he has a very unique style, a very unique take, very French take, if you will. The movie feels very much like a Mobius
very
comic
colorful,
come to life.
you know?
Very colorful, very vibrant. Lots of alien characters, lots of different species and locations. And honestly, you think you've seen it all, and then you see things you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm in for Valerian. There's no question that I'm going to see it. I just hope that it can live up to basically what we would expect from a new sci-fi Luc Besson movie 20 years.
Yeah,
way
the
too
Fifth
late.
Element follow-up, if you will. So, Renegades, it looks like another Besson produced movie where it's like a
It's a
premise
high-
that could be cool, but it's this kind of looks like a stay-at-home watch kind of movie.
It really, it looks like a Netflix movie or something. It's like basically another high concept Luc Besson movie. Apparently he wrote, and it has
Navy SEALs.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah, I mean the action it looked okay for what it was, but I was surprised there's no not one star in the movie. Like JK
Yeah,
is in the one scene, and then there's the other guys.
And there's the dude from 300 Rise of an Empire, which I think that's
Other
the last time we
guys.
saw him. Then we saw a first look at Molly's Game, which is a new film from Aaron Sorkin starring Jessica Chastain, Idris Elba,
You got Michael Cera's
Cera,
in there.
George
Chris
Michael.
O'Dowd from the IT crowd.
Chris O'Dowd. It looks good. I mean, there's not an Aaron Sorkin movie that I've seen, at least that I didn't appreciate the dialogue. So
Yeah, although surprisingly they didn't seem to focus on the dialogue too much. I mean, they just wrapped production, so it's like a very early
Yeah,
trailer.
it's a
I'd be
very early
surprised
look.
if that was the one we saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fascinating story. Molly Bloom, who held all these high stakes poker games for everyone in the industry and mobsters and all sorts of stuff. I haven't read the book, but it sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, and I really feel like her paired with Sorkin is, man, she's really good at yelling people. You don't know Al Qaeda.
I don't. It's true.
Yeah. So next up, we saw not early. We saw a trailer for it last year, actually, here at CinemaCon. I haven't seen anything since, but we saw a trailer for
Spoilers, The Foreigner.
with
I was
Jackie
wondering when you were going
Chan
to say the title.
and Pierce Brosnan. So why don't you tell me what you thought about The Foreigner?
He's like, you keep talking over me. Why don't you tell?
Tell me what you thought of The Foreigner.
Stop.
We had security shining lights at us the whole time I was watching the Foreigner trailer, so I can't really tell you anything about it except Jackie Chan is in it and Pierce Brosnan is in
Well,
it.
here's the weird thing about it. The STX they're talking about, Jackie Chan's Draw in China, of course, and 3 movies that came out last year that each grossed over 100 million in US dollars.
Which is, I mean, honestly, I didn't know that. But
I mean, that's not
when
the
you see
strange
the
part.
numbers, you're like,
But those movies are cheesy, fun, inventive. And then The Foreigner, it's Martin Campbell, who I like directed 2 of the best James Bond movies. You know,
And
GoldenEye,
the best
Casino
Green
Royale.
Lantern movie ever.
It's not even the best at, even if it's the only one.
I mean, because it could be just a cheesy kind of, you kill my family, I will kick your ass. But in this one, he's not. He's like a broken...
See, we didn't even get a line that was that fun in the movie. He just stares.
You can take it, Jack.
It's just-
But I mean, no, but he looks like a truly like kind of broken man.
I
But,
wasn't sold on the performance at all. He just looked like he hadn't had a cup of coffee, you know.
like us right now. I don't know. I think it looks cool. I like Pierce Brosnan, obviously, and he looks like he's playing kind of like an Irish mobster kind of guy. It's like kind of a different, kind of take for him, and it's nice to see him playing the villain. All right, so next up we saw a little clip of Ugly Dolls, which is still in production and not due out till I think 2019.
Test and animation reels and stuff like that.
What was interesting that I didn't know, and I don't think it's been announced yet, is that Robert Rodriguez and Troublemaker Studios are the ones that are producing this.
Yeah.
We actually got a little look at some of the test animation and stuff like that. So if you're into Ugly Dolls,
It's
you're
still
gonna get an
coming.
Ugly Dolls movie.
Take
we
it
also
away.
got- yeah. Let's get into the animation. So STX has, aside from Ugly Dolls, they have a couple other projects. An Adam Sandler project.
Yeah, Happy
which
Madison animated flick, and they didn't give any details on that.
that's just happening. And then there's apparently a bull.
Eddie
a bull
Murphy is
that wants-
voicing another animal,
A bull that wants to be a clown bull.
like a
or
circus clown.
Circus clown or something.
Something.
And it's an Eddie Murphy.
So-
They're touting it as an Eddie Murphy project, so there you go.
It's great, just concept art for that.
And I think that was it for the animation.
There is Joseph in the amazing
and then-
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, they have like everybody. Elton John, Tim Rice, everybody is working on
Yeah.
a animated adaptation of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, which I know jack shit about, so I'm sorry. For the theater folks that love it and have adored it for years,
They hate it. We
you
lost
could
them
just
now.
hate me.
They turned off the video.
I'm sorry. I know nothing about it. One of the bigger things to come out that was announced here was Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg took the stage to announce a new action franchise called Mile 22, which is apparently going to be a trilogy. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of getting, a little
Franchise happy.
little bored of the Wahlberg Peter Berg team up, but I mean it does work, and they have made some great films. A lot of people, if you guys haven't seen Deepwater Horizon, which a lot of people didn't, it's actually one of the best films made last year. I still have yet to see Patriots Day, but I'm very much looking forward to it. The difference, though, is this is actually going to be a fictional story, not another
not
true life
based on
tale.
a true story.
And again, they're looking to make they said to make an intelligent action film, but basically
Yeah.
big ass action movie.
And Mark Wahlberg said, like, there hasn't been a movie out there that he really feels defines him, and he wants this to be that.
Yeah.
So whatever that means.
It feels like they really are. They've partnered on something that they really want to chase, and it's something they really want to make a franchise and make a name out of. We also got a very early look at a teaser trailer for Den of Thieves, which has got Gerard Butler, Pablo Schreiber, and 50 Cent. And who else? There's a couple
Curtis
other-
50 Cent
Curtis,
Jackson.
I'm sorry, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Respect.
Looks like kind of like like another cops and robbers
Like a heist
thriller.
movie, except we get to see, I guess, more the angle from the cop side. And Gerard Butler said something along the lines like we're like the bad guys or something.
like-
He's just he's a kick-ass, tough as nails dude. So
I mean, he is Gerard Butler. It reminds me of, what was the one that came out last year? 999. It looked almost exactly like another 999. So
I guess more focus on like the action or the heist rather than some of the drama, because I don't know, I didn't see 999.
So the last thing we saw that they brought out Mila Kunis to talk about Bad Moms Christmas. Had massive success last year. The Bad Moms movie was the #1 R-rated comedy last
Like
year.
highest rated comedy since The Hangover that was R-rated. So
Yeah. So
for what that's worth.
For what it's worth. So anyways, they're doing Bad Moms Christmas to be out
Yeah,
in
they're filming next month and it
November.
comes out in November.
So that's coming. They didn't have any footage to show, obviously, because they haven't started shooting yet. But they did show like a really funny.
It was a fun reel.
Kind of a
like
highlight reel of-
Christmas, like just all the things like you love to hate about Christmas and
or
stuff
just like
that. It's
yeah,
just,
all the
like,
shit
horrible.
that you videotape in the morning of your kids like having
Yeah,
it's perfect material that they can mine for the movie. So if that's the direction they're going, I think it'll be really fun. I was a fan of Bad Moms. I thought it was pretty hilarious.
I love you, Kristen Bell. I say that because I know she's watching this right now.
She is watching.
but
Hi, Kristen.
I'll watch her in anything except for chips. Sorry.
Okay, so we hope you enjoyed the reaction. Hope we got all the information out to you guys. You can also read the article to get more in-depth information. We've got more panels on the way, so stick with us here, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See you next video.
Next video.
still here. It's over. Go home. What are you expecting? Sam Jackson show up with an eye patch and a saucy little leather number? Go.